It's time for another Pistol Permit video for New York, yes! As you can see, I'm a bit unkempt. I haven't actually shaved since I shaved the mustache off on the 21st. Little random point, don't know why I mentioned that. Time for the next Pistol Permit vlog here in the wonderful People's Republic of New York, California. So, this is 1 month after the class, okay? As you can probably gain from the title. I took the class on the 14th. Today's December 14th. I took it on November 14th, 1 month. Okay? Was I just slow in filling out the paperwork? I know I did say that one of the references messed up my other sheet, so I had to redo it, but I got that redone. So was I just really slow in getting that redone? Did it really take me a month to fill out that paperwork? Hell no! You know New York's gotta jip you some way. You know they're gonna get you some way. They're gonna screw something up. So, much like the ridiculousness that is the how to fill out the paperwork class that I made such a joke about before, which was completely true, how to fill out the paperwork class. You know, you have to go to a class to tell you how to fill out a paperwork, but you can read line by line and figure it out yourself. Sounds like the most bureaucratic thing I've ever seen. This almost sounds like a close to home joke about bureaucracy. Like, it's that. Really? Are you serious right now? What I had to do today was get an appointment to hand in the paperwork. I actually got that appointment 2 weeks ago. So it's a 2 week wait for an appointment to hand in the paperwork. Okay? It took me a little less than 2 weeks to fill out all of my stuff and get it all done with all my references and pictures and money orders and everything like that. And I had to wait 2 weeks to hand in this paperwork. An appointment to hand in paperwork? That's almost like Inception or something. It's just so mind-boggling. So yeah, I got my appointment to hand in the paperwork today, and I knew, knowing this would be New York, like it's not even it's like not even like an option. There's like I don't know if you've ever heard that commercial. You want the fish or the fish? Do you have anything else? No, we got fish. I knew that something was going to be wrong with this paperwork when I handed it in because this is New York. Okay? You could have everything perfectly filled out, and the thing that would be wrong with it would be this is too perfect, wasn't filled out by you, rejected. It must have been filled out by a cyborg or something because it's too perfect. Whatever way, they'll have something wrong, they'll do it. And of course, like I'm not even going to say no doubt because, like I just said, it wasn't a choice, but there was something wrong with my paperwork. Okay, now this is the paperwork that I have meticulously filled out with absolute perfection, absolute, what's the word I'm looking for? I did it as a perfectionist. No chance of any mistakes whatsoever. I did it in Fisher Space Pen, permanent black ink. I put my Fisher Space Pen in everybody's hand. In fact, I have my Space Pen in my wallet right now because every time I would get a reference done, I would put my Space Pen in their hand. There was no chance they could use blue ink, no chance they could use non-permanent ink. Everything was absolutely perfect. The pictures were professionally done at a passport photo place. They were all trimmed to the exact size that they needed to be. Um, Everything was clipped with a binder clip. It was all professionally presented in one package, going from small item to big item, systematically arranged by size. And I handed it was one of those places again, like the DMV, which I'm starting to understand this, like the DMV where they're behind the bulletproof glass, and they speak through the little hole in the wall. It was the county clerk's office where you hand it in. So I go there and I put all this paperwork meticulously done, arranged by size, into the slot, and what happens? Everything's fine, except one of the sheets that I had, one of those, actually, I probably still have a copy of it in this Pistol Permit stuff folder. Let's see if I do. Nope. Let me see here. What's this? Perhaps I don't. But, one of those... Actually, no, here it is. It's over here. Grab that. Okay. Now, on the front of this, which I'm going to cover with my hand because it's got a lot of important information on it, it is the application, you know, with like my social security number and everything, you know, your basic application. One of those forms with all the boxes, you got to put one letter in each box. The one that one of my references messed up that I had to redo the whole application for. Okay, now at the bottom here, I'm going to do it so you can't see the top, there is a bit where it needs to be notarized and your picture goes on the side over there. Now, I had the thing all notarized and everything, the one that was fixed because, like I said, my references screwed it up, and you have to hand in 2 of the exact same of these, as I mentioned in another video. You have to have the person sign both of them, fill them out the exact same way. So it was notarized, everything was perfect, perfectionism. But on this sheet, because these are the originals we got from the class at the sheriff's office, there is a back to it. It is an antiquated fingerprinting sheet, okay, like you would get your left thumb, right thumb, you know, and they'd roll it across this sheet on the back. Now, as that isn't needed anymore, it's all electronic prints, the sergeant at the class said, you don't need the back. If you make a mistake, you can get the copies of this sheet online at the NewYorkStateTroopers.com or whatever, and you don't need the back. It'll come out as 2 sheets, one sheet being the front, one sheet being the back. You don't need the back because it's 100% not needed because it's antiquated fingerprinting. You don't need that. Just, you only need the front if you make a mistake. I did make the mistake, like I said, my reference screwed it up, so I needed another copy. So therefore I got it from the site. I got the front, they filled it out, perfect. But I'm sly to something that's about to happen here. So anyway, I hand it in, and she says, oh, we need the back. I'm like, ma'am, no, you must not. The sergeant told me that you don't need the back. Matter of fact, he made a big point of it because people often mess up these things and they need new ones, and they don't need the back because it's an antiquated fingerprinting sheet. Nope, need the back because on the bottom there's going to be a list of the pistols that you have and, you know, such and so on. You have to sign it on the back. I'm like, you know, I knew that New York was going to fuck something up, and what I thought it was going to be was this sheet didn't have a useless back, and if there's something that's useless and not needed, New York will need it. So I printed out a back sheet. Bam, like a boss, I handed in a back that I had separately made, and then she attached it to it. So I knew that they were going to screw it up, so I, ahead of time, printed out a back that could be attached to it, and that got taken care of. That was the only problem that I had. It was a problem because, you know it's going to be a problem, not even an option that it's not going to be. You will have a problem when you hand in your permit. But I was ahead of them. This time I just happened to be one step ahead of them. Ha ha ha. So, I handed in, paid $5 to the county clerk for doing that wonderful service for me. You know, more money. So, where am I at money-wise on the pistol? I'm almost at about $1,000. I'm just right under $1,000 if you consider the class, the gun cost, the magazines, the 2 magazines that are useless now because I didn't get the 9mm version of the P99, I got the 40. So you have the class, the fingerprinting, the money paid to the clerk, the gun, the 2 useless magazines because of you know, New York's 10-round limit thing that I had to rush out and get, and then I didn't get that caliber anyway. And gas to all these ridiculous places, easily right around $1,000 for something in a free state that would cost $600 would be pushing it. So I'm right around $1,000 to get my pistol here in New York. Isn't that great? So like I said, handing all the paperwork. After that little mistake, everything's fine now. And I'm told about what the next steps are going to be. Well, first of all, the next step in that place was I had to get fingerprinted again because one whole set of electronic fingerprints wasn't good enough. Now I needed the old black. I probably still have a little black ink on my hand. Yeah, you can kind of see it there. I wash it off pretty well. I had a lieutenant, at the sheriff's office take my thumbprint and put it on my actual permit. I got to see what the actual permit looks like. It's a green piece of paper. In the more advanced counties, it is a plastic card so it doesn't get deteriorated and turn into a wet pile of crap if it's kept in your pocket. But no, we're not quite that high yet. So it's a wet piece of paper. Well, it's not wet yet, but it will be if I keep it in my pocket one day at the range. So it's a green piece of paper. Put your thumbprint on it. That's going to be your actual permit. But now I learned about the next steps. And I figured that it would probably take about a year to get my fucking permit from when I made the class appointment last April. And you can go back and take a look at the videos if you like. Last April, I made my appointment for the class, which was in originally December. That got moved to November 14th. And I figured it's probably going to take about a year to get a pistol in this state. And what do you know, on December 14th, I was told by the lady today, yeah, it's probably going to take about 3 or 4 months from this date to get your permit. 3 or 4 months would make it March or April. The next step will be in a couple of days. Yeah, a couple of days. Yep. A couple of days. The references will be getting their questionnaire about me. Am I an alcoholic? I don't know, man. I was drinking that Mike's hard. I was hitting it hard pretty with that last video. Am I an alcoholic? Have I ever acted violent? Yada yada yada. Stuff along those lines. It's like a B, C, or D, or true or false, or stuff like that, and then they sign it and send it back. 4 people are going to get that, and I'm probably going to have to go beat into their head that they better not use any black ink on it. I don't know if that rule applies there, but it probably does, and I'm sure something will be wrong with the references too. But they're going to be getting their questionnaire on me in a few days. After that, the mental health office in Albany needs to tell me, they need to send a letter to the sheriff's office saying that I'm not crazy, which I don't know, I might be crazy. I live in this state, but tish. So that's going to take probably a good month or so. And then after that, this I didn't even know about. This is pretty surprising. And that's going to go to the judge. That I knew about. What I didn't know about is the thing she added on to the end of that. And he's probably going to want to meet with you. Oh, I'm flattered. Oh, my God. Look at me. Oh, my God. What, you know me as the humongous YouTube celebrity that I am, and you want to meet with me? Or do you want an autograph or something? Jeez. You want me to, take off my shirt so I can, send it to you autographed? I'm flattered. You want to meet with me? Or should I wear my nice suit or something? I'm going to get to meet with the judge to exercise my Second Amendment right. That's amazing. I can't even believe this. I'm going to get to meet with my judge. It's so awesome. I can't even imagine what this is probably going to be. It's probably going to be about, do you keep your pistols in a safe place? Yeah, I dangle them off of tree branches fully loaded and in single action mode. Do children have any access to firearms? Yeah, the daycare center has questioned me quite a few times about why I bring, 5 small pistols and let the kids play with them like chew toys. And, do you have any way to prevent them from getting stolen? Yeah, I put a big sign on my door that says there are no guns in this house. Please, go away. But I have a feeling it's going to be something along those lines when I meet with the judge, which I didn't even know was going to happen. But apparently that's what we have to do now. Got to meet with a elected judge to exercise your Second Amendment right in this country. Awesome, just awesome. I also find it funny that if I lived in pretty much any of the surrounding states, Pennsylvania, Vermont, or anything like that, I would have had my pistol for about 13 days now, 14 days now, if you count today. I would have had it. It wouldn't have been, I would be getting it in 3 or 4 months from now. So yeah, if you are a citizen and you have the cleanest records possible in New York, like me, not even a traffic ticket or anything like that, you know that you're still going to be waiting 3 or 4 months to exercise your Second Amendment right here in this state. Nothing wrong with me whatsoever on the record side of things, and still I'm going to have to wait like a criminal. Absolutely excellent. Also, a little aside, little tidbit that I think you might enjoy. I found these at the sheriff's office. They were giving out these. Oops. Free gun locks. Which, I mean, that's a pretty good thing to get for free. You usually get like business cards or something like that. So I had to take one, a free gun lock. I think gun locks are a bit of a farce. Almost like manual safeties. Except manual safeties I can understand on guns because, if you're climbing up a tree or carrying it through the woods, you shouldn't have it loaded if there's a chance it might go off negligently anyway. Safe gun handling skills negates the need for manual safeties. Gun locks are really not that great. I mean, keep your kids away from them, but wouldn't it be smarter to just, teach your kids not to fuck with the shit, instill some actual values in there? It's like that whole thing with, yeah, my child shot up some school, and it was because of Grand Theft Auto. Sure it was. Are you sure it wasn't because you need a scapegoat and you want to blame everything on that? But that's a whole nother story. But yeah, free gun locks. I don't know what I'm going to use this for, but I guess it makes me look good to have one. And cool. Free gun locks, not for resale, but I guess they give out free gun locks at our sheriff's office, so that's interesting. All right. Well, I will be posting back to you in a month, and probably nothing will have changed because, like I said, 3 to 4 months. But like I said, I'll do it every month until I get my permit. I'll probably be telling you next time either none, all, or some of my references have their questionnaires on me. I'll be telling you if I've got a call from this judge so I can look all snazzy and go meet the man. And then we'll see where it goes from there. So I will see you in a month, and I'm sure something will be fucked up because you know this is New York, and that's about it. So all right, thanks for watching, and enjoy life in the free states if you are, and if you're in New York, aye, comrade. That was more like a Hail Hitler thing. A little weird vibe going on with that. I don't exactly know what kind of motion you would make if you were in the in some sort of a communist country. I don't know what the proper motion would be for that. It probably wouldn't be the Hail Hitler thing. I don't know why. I don't know why that came out. But all right, take it easy.